The next topic that we will discuss is we want to find the angle between the two straight lines when their equations are given. That is, let the equation of two lines given be a1x b1y plus c1 is 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is 0. This is line L1 and this is line L2. We are interested in finding their angles. Now one of the method is you find their slopes. What is their slopes? You convert them into y is equal to mx plus c form. Look for the coefficient of x. For this, let the slope be m1, and for this, let the slope be m2, and use the formula tan theta is equal to m2 minus m1 upon 1 plus m1 m2. This is one of the methods. This is method 1. Method 2 also uses the same concept, but it does not go through this entire process. It straight away gives you a formula for finding the angle. What we do is, can we find the slope of the first line m1? That is minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of y. And what is the slope of the second line? Minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of y. What we do is, this is m1 m2. We can put this in this formula and find the value of tan theta. Or we can directly gain a formula out of this. What is m2? Minus a2 upon b2 minus what is m1? a1 upon b1 whole divided by 1 plus minus a1 upon b1 into minus a2 upon b2 and mod. So what do we get? Mod of a1 upon b1 minus a2 upon b2 whole divided by a1 a2 upon b1 b2. So what do we get? a1 b2 minus a2 b1. b1 b2 gets cancelled in numerator and denominator. We have a1 a2 plus b1 b2. This is your direct formula for finding the angle between the two lines. Don't have to first find m1 m2 then put this in the value. Just find a1 a2 b1 b2 and put this values in this formula and you'll get the value of theta. For example, if suppose we have two lines, x plus y is equal to 3 and 2x minus y is equal to 4, and we want to find the angle between these two lines. So what should be done? X and y term should be on the same side. What is a1? 1. What is b1? The coefficient of y is 1. What is a2? Coefficient of x is 2. What is coefficient of y in second equation? Minus 1. Just put these values in the formula. Tan theta is what? a1 b2 1 into minus 1 minus a2 b1 a2 into b1 upon a1 a2 1 into 2 plus b1 into b2. This will give you the value of the tan theta, that is minus 1 minus 2 upon 2 minus 1. But you get minus 3 upon 1, which is simply 3. The acute angle between the lines is theta equals to tan inverse 3. And what is the obtuse angle? Obviously, if this is the acute angle, obtuse angle will be pi minus theta, that is pi minus tan inverse 3. So instead of finding m1, m2 and all that stuff, we can directly use this formula. We can learn this a1 b2 minus a2 b1 upon a1 a2 plus b1 b2 mod. Now from this formula we can derive two conditions. If the lines are parallel, if the two lines given are parallel, then what should we have? m1 equals to m2, that is minus a1 upon b1 should be same as minus a2 upon b2. These were the slopes of the lines. Therefore straight away we can say a1 upon b1 should be equal to a2 upon b2. This can also be derived from the formula that we have found so far. a2 b1 minus a2 b1, this is a1 b2 minus a2 b1 upon a1 a2 plus b1 b2 mod. Now if the lines are parallel, the angle between them would be what? If lines are parallel, this theta would be what? 0. Now tan 0 is what? Tan 0 is 0. Therefore the numerator should be 0, and therefore a1 b2 minus a2 b1 should be 0. Now this can be written as a1 b2 is equal to a2 b1. On rearranging we get a1 upon b1 is equal to what? a2 upon b2. And this is what we had learnt earlier. And this comes from this formula itself. Now this is first case. Now if the lines are perpendicular, if the lines are perpendicular. Then what was the condition? M1 into M2 was minus 1. What is M1? Minus A1 upon B1 into what is M2? A2 upon B2 minus is equal to minus 1. Minus minus becomes plus, A1 A2 is equal to minus B1 B2. Therefore, if it is taken on the left side, A1 A2 plus B1 B2 should be 0. This is the condition for lines to be perpendicular. Now, how can we derive this from the formula? Tan theta was A1 B2 minus A2 B1 upon A1 A2 plus B1 B2. Now, if the lines are perpendicular, the angle between them would be 90 degree. And what is tan 90? Tan 90 is undefined. Undefined means anything upon 0. That means the denominator has to be 0. That means this part has to be 0. Therefore, A1 A2 plus B1 B2 should be 0. And this is why we write this. In the earlier case, this part was 0. In this part, this was 0. So therefore, whenever we are given the two equations, we can simply find A1 A2 B1 B2 and find out whether they are parallel or perpendicular, or if they are having a certain angle, we can find that certain angle using this formula.